Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise and remain standing for the processional as we receive the graduating class of 2015. President Wilson, the faculty chair of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, Dr. Rod Rice, has installed the mace. Please lead the procession of faculty and platform guests. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 172nd commencement of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. As we convene this commencement, please remain standing for the posting of the colors by our Army ROTC Color Guard cadets. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Post the colors. Please be seated. It is my honor to introduce our university's 18th president, Dr. Heather Wilson.
Thank all of you for joining us on this special day. I particularly wanted to welcome and thank the families of our graduates. This is a very special day for all of you, and you deserve to be bursting with pride. There are no easy degrees at Mines. It took a lot of hard work for these men and women to make it to this milestone in their lives, and most of them didn't do it alone. So graduates, I know you were looking around when you came in, but go ahead and turn around and find that special person in the audience that is here just for you and give them a wave and a thank you. So thanks. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for listening, for writing checks, for encouraging, for pestering, for the care packages and the text messages, and for understanding. And all of us in this room, and particularly our graduates, owe a debt of thanks to the people of South Dakota and the alumni of this wonderful university. We are blessed to live in a nation that values education. And exceptional education is expensive. And every hard-earned dollar that all of you as families spent on tuition was matched by 2 hard-earned dollars from the taxpayers, the alumni, and the companies who help make it possible for you to get a great college education at a price that families can afford. That helps to make the South Dakota School of Mines the best return on investment for a college education in America. Or as we like to say, smart kids go to MIT, and really smart kids go to the South Dakota School of Mines. The appropriate response to that generosity is gratitude. It is to be thankful that we live in a nation that provides education and opportunity, not just for the privileged, but to every American willing to work hard for it. And at some not too distant point in the future, as graduates, it will be time to start paying it forward so that the next generation of students can have the opportunity that you have had. Today, we celebrate the educational achievements of 3 associate degree students, 87 baccalaureates, 53 masters, and 4 doctoral students. My grandmother used to say that everyone has a talent, and through diligent work, you have chosen to develop your talent. And now it's time to use it in the service of others. Each year at commencement, we honor alumni who have distinguished themselves in their professions and their communities. At this time, I'd like to introduce and welcome Mr. Tom Zeller, a 1970 mechanical engineering graduate of the School of Mines and the executive vice president of our Alumni Association. Tom will introduce our Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Tom Zeller.
Thank you, President Wilson. It is indeed my honor to introduce the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. You will find full versions of their biographies in the commencement program. Dr. Carla Callahan. Dr. Callahan earned her bachelor's in chemistry from South Dakota Mines in 1976 and went on to earn a master's and PhD in engineering management from the University of Missouri-Rolla, where she also taught courses in project management, software, economics, and business, as well as the Fort Leonard Wood's Officer Education Program. Dr. Callahan is the founder, president, and CEO of Visiontech Imaging, Inc. She has held executive positions in large multinational corporations, including Texas Instruments, Cypress Semiconductor, American Microsystems, and United Silicon Structures. Dr. Callahan is currently the Dean's Executive Professor of Information Technology in the Levy School of Business at Santa Clara University. She has been a member of many professional and community organizations and is active in the Expanding Your Horizons program for 7th and 8th graders, and has been a coach for youth soccer teams and 2 teams that reached the world competition in Odyssey of the Mind creativity competitions. She also received the Tribute to Women in Industry Awards sponsored by California's YWCA. Although she could not join us today, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Carla Callahan on being named one of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Congratulations, Carla. Dan Carlson. Dan earned his chemical engineering degree from South Dakota Mines in 1977 and later completed the Wharton Shell Executive Development Program through the University of Pennsylvania and University of Houston Center for Executive Development Program. Before retiring last year, Dan served in a variety of commercial and leadership roles ranging from business management, strategy, new business development, product management, supply chain, and marketing. He held positions as general manager for Shell in Lower Olefins and has successfully deployed several new technologies, including providing synthetic detergent alcohol product management in support of P&G's initial 1982 launch of Liquid Tide. He's also helped in the commercialization of biodegradable deep water drilling mud solutions and implementation of the SAP enterprise software systems. Dan has served on numerous professional and community organization boards and committees and received the Outstanding Recent Graduate Award from South Dakota Mines in 1988. I'd like to congratulate Dan Carlson on being chosen as one of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Congratulations, Dan. Michael Elwine earned his chemical engineering degree from South Dakota Mines in 1961 and a Juris Doctorate degree from the University of Iowa in 1965. His early career focused on patent law, first with Procter & Gamble, and then with the Henderson and Strom law firm in Des Moines. He left the firm to join the Pillsbury Company, where he rose from patent attorney to vice president and assistant general counsel, before joining the Coleman Company as senior vice president. Michael was recruited by Medtronic, Inc., rising from vice president and assistant general counsel to chief development officer. After retiring from Medtronic in 2007, he has served as counsel at the medical law practice of Frederickson and Byron, and also joined the Three Arch Partners in Portola Valley, California. He also serves on the University Advisory Board for South Dakota Mines. Michael Elwine could not join us today, but I'd like to congratulate him on being chosen as one of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Barry Granger. Barry Granger earned his chemical engineering bachelor's degree from South Dakota Mines in 1981 and an MBA from Indiana University in 1987. He is currently the Vice President of Government Marketing and Government Affairs for E.I. DuPont de Nemours and Company, Inc. in Washington, D.C. Previously, he served in various positions of increasing responsibility as DuPont's Vice President and General Manager for Tyvek brand, Vice President and General Manager for Imaging Technologies, Global Business Director for Cyrel Packaging Graphics, Executive Assistant to the Chairman, President, and CEO, and numerous sales, marketing, and operational roles. He also served as the Assistant Secretary of the Corporation and Secretary to the Strategic Direction and Environmental Policy Committees of the Board of Directors during his position as Executive Assistant to the Chairman, President, and CEO of DuPont. Prior to joining DuPont, Barry worked for Dow Chemical USA as a production engineer in Texas. Barry also serves as co-chair of the Board of Trustees, Delaware State University, board member for the Economic Club in Washington, D.C., and was recognized as one of the top 50 leaders under 50 by Black MBA magazine in 2005. He also is a board member for Easter Seals, Delaware and Maryland's Eastern Shore, and was one of the founders for the Nativity Prep Grade School, Wilmington, Delaware, for at-risk minority middle school students. Barry Granger, congratulations on being chosen as one of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Jeff Holey. Jeff Holey earned his geological engineering degree from South Dakota Mines in 1978. His career began with Amoco Production Company, where he worked in a wide variety of engineering roles in many of the major basins in the U.S. He was general manager of the offshore Mediterranean in Egypt and was responsible for commissioning and startup of the offshore platform, pipeline, and gas processing plant, as well as all aspects of an independent company's business and operating performance. Jeff also served as BP's operation manager for the Gulf of Mexico, where he was responsible for the operating organization, logistics, startup, and commissioning of 4 new deep water platforms and rigs. As BP's Vice President of Health, Safety, Security, Environment, and Engineering for North American Gas, Jeff managed safety, environmental, and engineering for BP operations in 9 states. When the Deepwater Horizon blowout occurred in the Gulf of Mexico, he became the incident commander for the offshore source control. In 2011, he became Vice President of Safety and Operational Risk for North American Gas until his retirement in 2013. Jeff Holy, congratulations on being chosen as one of the 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of our 2015 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the representative of our senior class, Zachary Kraler, a candidate for Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering from Henderson, Minnesota. We're pleased to have here with us today Zach's parents, Kevin and Terry Kraler, and his younger brothers and sister, Allie, Ben, and Tim. Zach came to Mines excited for the education and the outdoor activities available here in western South Dakota. He enjoys spending time mountain biking, rock climbing, and downhill skiing, which led to his involvement with the Ski and Snowboard Club, Rock Climbing Club, and Cycling Club here at Mines. He's been captain of multiple intramural teams, and he helped capture a flag football championship this fall. Zach has been very much involved in the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. He was a small group Bible study leader, served on the leadership and prayer teams, and also served as a volunteer head basketball coach for Upwards Basketball at Open Bible Christian Center. Zach has also been active in music at South Dakota Mines. He was a founding member of the Hard Rocker Pep Band and played trumpet for jazz band, pep band, brass choir, and the symphonic band. As a member of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, he was named the Outstanding Student Organization member in 2014 and previously served as the Vice President and Recruitment Chair. He was also a member of the Tau Beta Pi National Engineering Honor Society, the Order of the Engineer, Chemical Engineering Car Team, and served as a resident assistant in Peterson Hall, where he was a founder of the Outdoor Pursuits Living Learning Community. Zach completed a co-op with Hutchison Technology as a process engineer for the Seagate hard drive suspension assembly line, and he also interned in the Large Engine Performance Center at Caterpillar, where he worked on engine testing. After graduation, Zach will return to Caterpillar in Peoria, Illinois, to continue work in engine development. Please join me in welcoming Zach Kraler.
Check, 135. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to all the families who made the long trip out to Rapid City today. And thank you for starting us each on this journey of college. Thanks to the faculty back there. Good job. You got us here. And, where was I? Oh. And especially, welcome classmates. Thanks for coming here together. Today marks the end of our fellowship. And that's exciting, because it means we accomplished our goal. We got those little diplomas that say you did it. But I will not say do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. But today let's celebrate, because we actually did do something. I'm very honored to be the speaker today. When Student Association asked me to speak, I was surprised, because I was mostly out climbing if I could. But they let me be the resident assistant that takes people camping. That's a pretty good job. But here I stand, and I think that's because of the relationships I've built. My relationship with God, who blessed me abundantly, and my relationship getting to know each of you fellow graduates. You guys are pretty cool and going to do some great things. So, thanks for letting me speak, and hopefully I don't bother anybody too much. So, today we celebrate the climbing of a mountain, the mountain of college degrees. We accepted a hard path, the path of the scientist, the engineer. It was full of math, some stress, some more math, then some late nights doing some more math. A few of us had some heartache, but not everybody. There weren't too many girls around. And then there's even a little more math after that. It took a lot of work to get here. And I think that's because of the second law of thermodynamics, which I know you don't want to hear about anymore. But the second law would pull us all to equilibrium. We'd be sitting here, we wouldn't be standing out. But we accepted the risk of standing out. And today, we have joined 7% of the Earth's population that has a college degree. Don't let that go to your head, but that's pretty cool. It's also important we stand here in December rather than in May. We took a risk. We didn't graduate when we were supposed to. I mean, I took a co-op. I got to work because I couldn't handle school. A lot of other people had to work while they were going to school. Some of us got done too early. Some of us failed a few classes. We each have a special story of how we got here. And that's what unites this fellowship. We didn't do it perfectly, but we struggled our way to get here. So now what's next? Let's dream about the future for a little bit. As we look, we're standing on a mountain. As you look down, there's clouds below us. That's because we're above them today. But tomorrow, we have to start walking down the hill, because guess what? We all start back at ground zero. But as I look way farther ahead, you can see peaks rising in the distance, mountains to be climbed, cool things to be done. And on one of those peaks, I see two guys climbing. They're struggling together. They have all their gear with them. They got some ropes. And the one guy who's leading the route, he jumps for a hold, slips, falls, and he's sitting in his harness wondering, how the hell did I get here? But you know, his buddy is there with him, catches him, puts a smile back on his face, and he goes for it again. And this time he climbs right to the top. This reminds me a lot of life. To be successful, we got to be committed to the project. We have to have people alongside us. Those people can catch us. That's what the rope is for. So, some days you might not get all your challenges accomplished, but that's okay. Because all our friends, our family, they're going to be there to pick us back up that day. So, go out and do some cool things. Here we stand after years of hard work and some fun. I saw you guys at Kegs and Eggs. It was a good time. So, go out, be good at whatever you do. On behalf of the senior staff, we have a lot of people to thank. We wouldn't have made it without God, without our parents, without each of us as friends, and without the School of Mines being here to support us along the way. We have been given so much. Don't let that go unnoticed. Jesus once said, "For everyone to whom much is given, from him much will be required." Therefore, since we have been given so much, go out, live a life worth living, and do some cool stuff. So, go do some work, have some fun. Whatever you are, be a good one. As we set off to explore life, I want to encourage you with a poem from Bilbo Baggins. The road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road is gone, and I must follow if I can, pursuing it with eager feet until it joins some larger way, where many paths and errands meet, and whither then, I cannot say. I don't know where God will carry each of us. So go, get a job, do good work. Again, class of 2015, thank you, and God bless. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, Zach. Good job. But the Kegs and Eggs thing, I'm not so sure about. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Ann Rhodes. Ann is a dynamic and visionary corporate executive with over 25 years of experience in a variety of industries. She was vice president for people at Southwest Airlines during their period of rapid expansion. She was a founder and executive vice president of JetBlue Airways and has served on the boards of P.F. Chang's China Bistro and Restoration Hardware. In 2011, she released the best-selling Built on Values, a book aimed at helping companies get on the pathway to greatness by showing the exact steps for either curing an ailing organizational culture or creating a new one from scratch. She is founder and president of People Inc., her consulting company that helps organizations create unique workplace cultures based on values and performance. Ann serves as a director of the New Mexico Health Sciences Center and is a member of the Executive Council for Brigham and Women's Hospital at Harvard Medical School. She holds a master's in business administration from the University of New Mexico. Today, we are honored to recognize her innovation and leadership with the awarding of the degree of Doctor of Public Service honoris causa. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by action of the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon Ann Rhodes the honorary degree Doctor of Public Service with all of the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the responsibilities thereto appertaining.
Good morning. I asked Heather how many people she had to call to get someone to come be the speaker in December in South Dakota. I love being here, and I love hearing about how brilliant all of you sitting in front of me are. The only thing Heather didn't tell me was that I had to follow Zach. I love being here, and yesterday Ann Akron and I went to the monuments, and what was wonderful about Mount Rushmore was we were the only people there, and it was absolutely fabulous. The impact was probably much better than when there are thousands of people there. President Wilson, Regent Sutton, all the deans, and all the distinguished alumni, and graduates and family and friends. It's wonderful, and it's a real privilege to be able to talk to you today and to tell you a little bit about what I believe perhaps is important as you go forward. I was thinking about what I might say to you today, and I happened to be attending a meeting where the presenter was relating a story about his son who was also graduating. He said he recently asked his son, what are you going to do when you grow up, and what do you really want to be? What job do you want? And his son said, the job I really want for a lifetime hasn't been created yet. How many of you have similar thoughts? Though some of the parents here today probably believe that's his son's way of saying, I don't have a job yet. To me, his comments refer to the unbelievable velocity of change and the numerous opportunities that you will be afforded during your lifetimes. For example, my career centered around Mir Airlines, but your career may involve rockets, space travel, or working on a drone such as those being tested that look like small little hummingbirds they're using in SWAT situations, or the larger ones that they're using in California to test actually delivering tacos. In fact, high velocity change will be the only guaranteed constant during your careers. As you begin or perhaps continue your professional careers, I'd like to suggest you spend time considering how you will design your own personal brand. I call it Brand Me. Typically, when we hear the term brand, we think of corporate brands that we have come to know and respect, such as Apple or Disney or Zappos or Under Armour or Nike. But we fail to realize that the most important brand that we will ever build, regardless of where our careers take us, is our personal brand. And as you build Brand Me, I'd like you to think about three things. I'd like you to build your brand intentionally. I'd like you to build it with unbridled enthusiasm. And I'd like you to build it to have impact in this world around us. The best brands were built with a plan. And in 1999, there were 9 of us who sat in a DoubleTree hotel in Times Square and said, we need to build a new airline. And that airline became JetBlue Airways. And I will tell you that we, that day, wrote the story that we hoped they would write about us in the Wall Street Journal someday. To this day, that story has been repeated and repeated, but it was because we had a plan and because we described who we wanted to be when we grew up. Now an airline with over 92 locations and over 18,000 crew members, we've grown into that brand, just like you all will grow into your brand. And as you build your brand, be prepared for challenges. Shortly after graduation, my husband and I moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where I quickly discovered the jobs in my profession were pretty scarce. Finally, I was hired by a local bank as a trust analyst, and a year later became an officer of that bank. By that time, the bank had been purchased by a large holding company out of California. Shortly after being promoted, I received a call from a senior officer from that new holding company who asked me to have dinner with him when he was coming the following week. While having dinner, he asked my opinion of the CEO. The CEO was void of any values that I thought were important to a CEO, and I gave him my honest opinion, and it was not favorable. He also solicited feedback from two very senior members of the same organization who were very reticent to give them feedback and did not tell him what I thought was the truth about the leader. After they came to my office the next morning and told me what they had said or not said, I actually called my husband and said, I think I just lost my job. I even considered packing my entire desk up before they even came to give me the bad news. What happened later that day, though, was that same person from the new bank, that same bank that had purchased us, came by and thanked me for having the courage and the integrity to tell the truth. You see, he already knew the answer before he asked the question. What it convinced me of was that no matter what, you don't sacrifice your values. No title will ever be worth that. And eventually they put in a new CEO, and frankly, he became my mentor for 25 years. Do not let the challenges stand in your way, and never give up your values. And by the way, be cognizant of the fact that everything you do, including all of the Twitter, Pinterest, Stack Overflow, and Facebook entries you post, they become part of Brand Me. So remember, as you begin your career, be intentional about building a brand that your family, friends, and most importantly, you will be proud of. Think about Dustin Swanson, who's sitting in your audience today, who's a mechanical engineer. He is sitting today as a fellow graduate. He had one internship at NASA where he tested the use of eye movements as a control mechanism. Dustin is from Hill City, South Dakota, and was injured in a wrestling accident in his junior year in high school. He's a quadriplegic. He is a remarkable, values-driven, inspiring young man, and today he's graduating from Mines. Dustin is the hero amongst you who has not let any of life's challenges stand in the way of him realizing his dreams. Consider writing your personal story now. Perhaps the one that you envision will be written when they talk about you in Mind, Time, Fast Company, or Success, or even the Wall Street Journal, or any of your favorite professional practice journals. Decide how you would want to be described. What values will they use to describe you? Do not leave your future to chance. Design it with intention. Margaret Thatcher, the first and only female Prime Minister of Britain, had a favorite quote. She said, "Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become your character. And watch your character, for it becomes your destiny." Take charge of your destiny. Whatever you do, do it with enthusiasm and determination. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Nothing has ever been achieved without enthusiasm." Enthusiasm is one of those key ingredients of all the successful individuals I have ever known. In my opinion, enthusiasm precedes success, and they go hand in hand. Whatever position you choose to accept, whatever organizations you join, whatever title you eventually achieve, get excited and enthused about where you are. Do whatever you take on with obvious enthusiasm. It will help guarantee your success. And as Zach said, whatever you become, become the best. And also remember that excellence is a habit. Dr. David Slama is sitting in your audience today. He actually started at the Mines, School of Mines, 34 years ago. And he went on to USD and received his degree as a physician. He's been with the VA for over 30 years as a surgeon, but he came back because he had a dream, and he came back to finish that dream at the University of South Dakota and is graduating with you today. Hafiza Farzami is receiving her Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science and Math today and will go to work for Microsoft. She's been a tutor at Mines and active in our Women in Science and Engineering group. She came to America as a teenager on an exchange program from Afghanistan and had to return to her country. She was determined to both survive and return to America to get an education. And with the support and sponsorship of Rapid City families, she came back to Mines. She was determined to graduate, and today she is realizing that dream. Wake up every day, get excited, and continue building brand me. And remember, enthusiasm and desire are what change mediocrity to excellence. And lastly, in my opinion, the only personal brands that are worth building are those that provide lasting positive impact. Your career may include finding a cure for a rare disease or simply designing a solution to a difficult problem. Recently, I had a visit from two young men who had graduated 2 years prior from MIT. While in college, they had a problem scheduling travel for their debate team, so they decided to build a new travel website. They created a solution that now supports over 3 million travelers a month. Their solution not only lists airline fares, but rail fares, hotels, homes, and apartments for rent in the various locations. No other site offers all of these listings. Their biggest competitor is somebody you're probably familiar with, Expedia. Their solution is called Hipmunk. Some of you may also provide service to millions with a new tech advance, or you may simply touch one person. When I think about having a lasting impact on people, I recall a story about your president, Heather Wilson. As you probably are aware, Heather was a former member of the New Mexico congressional delegation. She would kill me for telling the story. But in 1999, a friend of mine lost her mother. And because of a recent change in legislation, her mother was not allowed to be buried with her alongside her spouse of over 50 years in the New Mexico National Cemetery. My friend relayed her story to the then U.S. Representative Wilson. It took Heather much negotiation with various constituents over a period of years. In fact, one time we went to lunch, and I told her if she didn't get it done, I was going to bring the ashes next time to lunch with us. But by doing so, and by her hard work, in 2003, we were able to bury my friend's mother alongside her husband. Heather received many letters of appreciation from families affected by this change. To this day, her efforts have affected thousands of family members across the nation. This is only one example of the impact she's had on the lives of other people. You too will have that opportunity, and take it. And I tell you, at the end of the day, build your brand, build it, and determine your destiny. Don't let someone else determine that. Be all you can be, and I hear that you all will be the ones to change the world and make it even better than it is today. Thank you, and congratulations.
Well, Anne didn't tell me she was going to do that. But thank you very much for being here today. The South Dakota School of Mines and Technology operates under the authority of the South Dakota Board of Regents. This morning, we are pleased that Regent Bob Sutton is with us to represent the board. Please join me in welcoming Regent Sutton.
Well, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you today. Since I'm originally from the Black Hills, standing on this podium has special meaning to me. And Dustin, I'm a 1986 graduate of Hill City, South Dakota, and thank you for bringing great pride to the Ranger Nation today. I'm proud to be here with you. I know the quality of students that choose to study at the School of Mines. I also know the credentials of the amazing faculty here behind me that have mentored each of you. That leads me to believe that without any question, there is not a group gathered together, certainly in South Dakota, and I would argue in Montana and Wyoming and North Dakota and Nebraska and Wyoming and Minnesota and Iowa today, that has more brain power than this group sitting in this room today, this morning. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for letting a guy with a liberal arts degree spend some time with you this morning. And I will tell you, and this is true, and not something I'm overly proud of, but you've had more math in the last 3 months than I had in my undergraduate and graduate degrees put together. So thank God for people like you. As a first-generation college graduate in my family, the opportunities afforded to me at a public institution of higher learning cannot be understated. As I have said on many, many occasions, there are very few of my classmates at the University of South Dakota in the class of 1990 that would have ever imagined Bob Sutton standing in front of anyone as a member of the Board of Regents. It does not seem possible that 25 years have passed since I completed my first degree. And if you think finals were difficult, take a look at what 25 years in the real world will do to you. When I walked across this stage, I looked a lot like Channing Tatum. This is what I look like 25 years later. Congratulations to all of you in attendance today. To the graduates and their families, this is a day to prepare or to celebrate the culmination of planning, preparing, saving, spending, and executing. On behalf of the South Dakota Board of Regents, we wish you only the best of success in your personal and professional lives. To the administration, President Wilson, the faculty, and all support personnel at the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology, this is another proud day as you send into the world a group of fine, educated students to improve their lives and the lives of others. Thank you for your commitment. So, by the authority vested in me by the South Dakota Board of Regents, I hereby grant President Heather Wilson the authority to confer the degrees for the winter commencement of 2015. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for Bachelor of Science degrees please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science with all of the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the obligations and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Please be seated. Dr. Patricia Mann, Vice President for Student Development and Dean of Students, will present the degree candidates.
I will read only the names of those degree candidates who are present this morning. Those who were unable to attend, but whose names are listed in the commencement program, will be awarded their diplomas in absentia. We welcome and encourage your applause for each graduate, but we ask that you refrain from using air horns and other noisemakers so that we may preserve decorum and respect for the graduates, their families, and our visitors. As the graduates line up to receive their diplomas, families and guests are reminded that you are more than welcome to come to the front to take pictures as the graduates shake hands with the president and march across the stage. Throughout the program, you will see graduates wearing special cords or stoles representing their fraternities, sororities, and national honor societies. The navy gold and white cords are worn by graduates who have completed the Mines Advantage Professional Development Program. Our 5 military veterans are wearing red, white, and blue cords in recognition of their service. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Applied Biological Sciences, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Richard Sinden, Head of the Department of Chemistry and Applied Biological Sciences, and Dr. Demetris Corres, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Megan Elaine Bradley, summa cum laude. Dr. David Dean Slama. Candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Applied and Computational Mathematics, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Kyle Riley, Head of the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, and Dr. Corres. Deborah Anderson. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Rob Winter, Head of the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, and Dr. Corres. Laura Christine Beckman. Casey Ann Losinski, magna cum laude. Sarah Jane Fenning, magna cum laude. Lucas William Reeby, cum laude. Amber Jordan Sheely. Natalie Jo Snyder. Taylor James Schoenfelder, magna cum laude. Brent Stoltz, cum laude. Jacob Robert Strime. Lucas Whiff. Brittany Marie Wood, magna cum laude. Candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Sinden and Dr. Corres. Deborah Anderson. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Scott Kinner, Interim Head of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and Dr. Corres. Daniel John Krauser. Omar Iyad El-Qadi. Justin John Huntley. Alicia Marie Jurgensen. Kristen Joy O'Connor. Kristen? Landon John Peets. Philip Anthony Shanilak, magna cum laude. Dylan Lee Schiltz. Sean Stephen Smith. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Mr. Scott Roush, Interim Head of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, and Dr. Kouris. Benjamin Taylor Roloff, cum laude. Nicholas Aaron Thomas. Candidate for the degree Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Riley and Dr. Kouris. Samuel Jacob Carroll. Hafiza Farzami. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Interim Department Head Mr. Roush and Dr. Kouris. Joshua Dodd. Benjamin Taylor Dykstra, magna cum laude. Luke Samuel Hawkins. Andrew Michael Jennings, summa cum laude. Amy Lynn Johnson. Robert Craig McLaughlin, magna cum laude. Zachary John Norstead, magna cum laude. Garrett Emmanuel Saylor. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Geological Engineering, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Dr. Lori Anderson, Head of the Department of Geology and Geological Engineering, and Dr. Kouris. Chase Robert Simbrick. Zach Curtis. Keo Halbmeyer. Carl Hayline. Zachary James Lampert, summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering and Engineering Management, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Stuart Kellogg, Head of the Department of Industrial Engineering, and Dr. Kouris. Justine Noel Blade. Laura Marie Case, magna cum laude. Andrew David Rebo. Matthew Walter. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Sciences, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Shirley, Head of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Dr. Kouris. Leanna Belline Andert. Jordan Grant Christensen. Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Michael Langerman, Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and Dr. Kouris. Kelsey Allen. Patrick Mitchell Berkey. Shiloh Birkenfeld. Brandon Michael Sarda. David William Christian, magna cum laude. Spencer Todd Foster, cum laude. Zachary Beach Greger. Ryan James Hibbard. Blake Royden Johnson. Zachary Kraler, summa cum laude. Lucas Daniel McCarthy. Chandler Ray Monk. Skylar L. Newcomb. Daniel James Peck. Bennett Curtis Prosser. Aaron Michael Schmitz, magna cum laude. Mark Strissel, summa cum laude. Dustin Keith Swanson. Jonah William Thune, magna cum laude. Haley Ann C. Vickers, cum laude. Evan Curtis Vogue. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science in Metallurgical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Michael West, Head of the Department of Materials and Metallurgical Engineering, and Dr. Correz. Caleb Dillinger. Oris Rost. Devin Rowe, cum laude. Michael Willman, summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree, Bachelor of Science in Mining Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Dr. Lance Roberts, Head of the Department of Mining Engineering and Management, and Dr. Correz. Christina Marie Albertini. Joshua Don Hostreiter. Jordan Helgeson. Justine Sorensen, in absentia. That concludes the presentation of our baccalaureate diplomas.
Will the bachelor's degree recipients please rise? I offer you my personal congratulations and good wishes on behalf of the entire School of Mines family. You are now permitted to move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology undergraduate class of 2015. You may be seated. Will the candidates for Master of Science degrees please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the South Dakota Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Science with all of the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the obligations thereto appertaining, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
Candidate for the degree Master of Science in Atmospheric and Environmental Sciences, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Program Director Dr. William Capehart, Dean of Graduate Education Dr. Doug Wells, and Dr. Corres. Cody Tyler Molden. Candidate for the degree Master of Science in Chemical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Winter, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Natalia Arbo. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Civil and Environmental Engineering, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Interim Department Head Dr. Scott Kinner, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Mustafa Daiolu. Matthew Gary Robinson. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Engineering Management, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Kellogg, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Gerald Douglas Farkey. Benjamin Ryan Johnson. Andrew J. Peterson. Subakar Shinrivas Yarlagada. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Geology and Geological Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Anderson, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Ethan Campbell Melville. Paul Edwin Woods. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Materials Engineering and Science, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Program Coordinator Dr. John Keller, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Anahita Hagizaid. Ming Ray Liu. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward to receive your diplomas and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Langerman, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Coyote Ajayi. Donovan Rivas. Candidate for the degree Master of Science in Mining Engineering and Management, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Roberts, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Avanish Gunty. Candidates for the degree Master of Science in Paleontology, please come forward to receive your diploma and be congratulated by Department Head Dr. Anderson, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Sydney Elizabeth Booz. Christine K. Gardner. That concludes the presentation of the master's degrees.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degrees please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors, as well as the obligations and responsibilities thereto appertaining, contingent upon the completion of all requirements.
Candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical and Biological Engineering, please come forward to receive your diploma and hood and be congratulated by your major professors, Department Head Dr. Winter, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Abdul Menan Hussain. Dr. Rajesh Shende, Major Professor for Abdul Menan, will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Abdul Menan Hussain. Samuel Papendick. Dr. Patrick Gilcrease, Major Professor for Samuel, will assist with the hooding. I now present Dr. Samuel Papendick. Stephen Schneiderman. Dr. Patrick Gilcrease, Major Professor for Stephen, is assisting with the hooding. I now present Dr. Stephen Schneiderman. Candidate for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Materials Engineering and Science, please come forward to receive your diploma and hood and be congratulated by your major professor, Program Coordinator Dr. John Keller, Dean Wells, and Dr. Corres. Xiao Chen Ma. Dr. Stan Howard, Major Professor for Xiao Chen, is assisting with the hooding. I now present Dr. Xiao Chen Ma. That concludes the presentation of the doctoral degrees.
The privilege of a university president is the conferral of degrees on the students our faculty and staff have taught, mentored, and guided. If we have succeeded through the experiences you have had here, you've become a better version of yourself than when you were the day you arrived at Mines. From this day forward, you are marked men and women. You are alumni of the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. Congratulations to you all.
As we close our commencement ceremony, I want to thank the University Orchestra under the direction of Tammy Snickren and the 172nd Commencement Committee and others who contributed to this event to make this event a success. We now request that you stand and remain standing as the academic recessional completes. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations to the class of 2015.